Right now, track falls silent over Talladega. And what was a great HGR race, we now shift focus to MMS tonight for a little dog, big dog round 7. Corey Wright rolling out onto the racetrack. Right now, of course, 10 minutes. I believe it is group qualifying at the moment. Nathan Harper in the field tonight in the Chick-fil-A Ford F-150. Right now, of course, Corey Wright will start us off with qualifying. I'll check something real fast because I'm pretty sure. Okay, nope. Glad I checked. Single car qualifying, 1 lap. Get 1 lap to put something down right now. Corey Wright, Nathan Harper will be the first ones to 37. Benjamin A. White will be rolling out onto the racetrack now with 7.5 minutes remaining to post 1 lap. That's all you need is just 1 lap, though you will see drivers rather just starting the field versus just post a lap. Really doesn't matter where you start. That's Corey Wright will come through the tri-oval to post the time to beat. Survey says 55.684. Harper on track for faster. Wright did not cut the apron. Harper did at the line. Nathan Harper, it is enough for 7.65, 54.765. And just like that, Nathan Harper will be on the pole for the foreseeable future. Well, Benjamin A. White now on the racetrack in the 37. Being next one to take a crack at it, but another, another heavy hitter is just now rolling out onto the racetrack with just over 6 minutes left to post a lap. It is named Ethan Eckert. We'll focus back in on Benjamin A. White for a moment, because he will be starting his first lap now. Or as a matter of fact, he is on his lap. My mistake. Fastest to the second half is 7.72. Good enough for second, so that was my mistake. A little bit behind. Well, now we'll be able to focus on Ethan Eckert now, who actually forfeited that first attempt. He'll come back in to get this one underway. Cody Nichols as well will be rolling out. So right now it'll be Eckert and Nichols next to try to take the pole position from Nathan Harper with just under 5 minutes remaining. The 55 of Mike Davenport rolling out onto the racetrack as is Sean Corbett. We'll focus in on Ethan Eckert for a second. It's been a very strong month for the driver to number 12. Looks to keep the momentum rolling. Right back behind him, of course, Cody Neagle's always a threat no matter where we go, no matter what car, truck, or track we're on. Number 6, always a threat. Because right now, Eckert 27-4 through the first half, was on track for a pole. Neagle's now on track. So these two right here, Eckert and Neagle's both very strong contenders to knock Nathan Harper off the top spot. Eckert now to cut the apron at the line. Survey says for Eckert, 7.66, Cody Neagles across the line. It is enough with a 7.63. Cody to the point. Mike Davenport will be up next. Davenport needs a big gain through the tri-oval at the line. I do not believe it's going to be enough for the front row. It is an 8.57. It will be good enough to knock Corey Wright out of the top 5, 5th for Davenport. For Sean Corbett, we're just going to catch the tail end of his qualifying lap, and at the line, Corbett, a 7.84, 5th quickest. Joshua McCullough. Of course, McCullough finished 3rd in HGR just a few short minutes ago. Going to shift focus now. Richard Elliott on track for the pole position. We'll look at it. Look at his qualifying run in just a second. McCullough, a 7.82. Richard Elliott at the line. Elliott isn't enough. 7.79. It is not. He'll lose coming off of turn 4. Ward would jump up to the 5th spot. Brian Hennings. Of course, when you don't see Hennings in MMS, you'll see him in the Midnight Racing League. Henning right now on track for a good lap. Not sure if it's pole position worthy, but on track nonetheless. And at the line, consistent, a 7.71 P4 for Brian Hennings. Jared Haynes, Malik Ray on track. We'll actually catch both of them right at the end of their qualifying run. This will be the 12th and 13th driver to attempt their one lap with a minute remaining in qualifying. Jared Haynes at the line. 7.92 for Haynes and Malik Ray. Top of the board, 7.57. Malik Ray showed his muscle early. It was a hell of a qualifying run for Malik Ray. And still with about 10 more drivers remaining, so probably anywhere from, we're well over 20. We're over 20, we know that part. So with that being said, Malik Ray on pole for tonight. Of course, the little warm-up, 5-minute warm-up session that they get. Give us a chance to talk to a couple of drivers. Let's see if we can get Corey right in here. Corey Wright, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, of course, qualifying effort. Not sure if it went exactly how you wanted it. Not sure the game plan for the number 4. What is the game plan tonight, and how can you put the number 4 in victory lane?
Man, I'm gonna, just like all of these races, you gotta try to stay clean, try to stay out of the mess. My qualifying lap did not go as planned. I
didn't
always
think it
forget
did.
that this is a 1-lap qualifying, and I go for a 2-lap and was falling asleep there. But we're getting it. We'll try to stay clean. We're already locked into the playoff situation, so we'll just try to win a race.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. I'll let you get back down there with your teammate Mike Davenport, and hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Right now, of course, the 5-minute warm-up, just drivers really get a chance just to shake off any last-minute rust or anything like that. Really, you see what a lawn driver do practice their pit entry. Nathan Harper, a fine example right there. Gets it slowed up enough. Can't get Brian Hennings up here. Brian Hennings, Garrett Jenkins up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, what's going on, Jim Bob?
Oh, not a whole lot, just hanging out. Of course, mentioned earlier, most of the time, if we don't see you here, we see you in midnight. But that's a whole nother story I want to ask. You have been on a roll the last couple of races. That includes, well, midnight. What's it going to take to put the 74 in victory lane tonight for Little Dog, Big Dog?
A little luck, patience, and survival. I do like the trucks. I usually seem to do a little better in the trucks. So, yeah, just try to stay near the front and don't get caught up in wrecks and see how it all plays out.
I want to ask you real quick before I let you go. These trucks and the packages, are you expecting drivers to get desperate early, try to make up track position, make it 3 wide? And do you think that's going to be a case to make some very volatile moves?
Well, I mean, just, the money race community loves to run 3 wide. I mean, it's Digga. You can. I don't expect to see anything but 3 wide for the most part. And we'll probably see some 4 here and there. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
All right, buddy. Best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing. You're down there with Nathan Harper too, weren't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I hope so too. Thanks.
Right now, 44 seconds remaining in the warm-up. Just enough time for 2 interviews. I'm not sure what's going on with the timer there, but regardless of the fact. Regardless of the fact, Jared Hayes will lead the warm-up session. Cameron Craig, Christopher McCullough, Axel Smith, and Sean Corbett in the top 5. Alright, with that being said, starting lineup for tonight. Matter of fact, let me change that because I'm pretty sure it's 60. Oh, God. 60 laps tonight on deck for MMS. Not bad, not bad. Now let's try this again. There we go. So Malik Ray on pole, Cody Nichols second, Nathan Harper, Ethan Eckert, Brian Hings rounds out the top 5. Benjamin White, John Ward, Richard Elliott, Joshua McCullough, Sean Corbett, Jared Haynes, and Mike Davenport round out the fast 12. Corey Wright will round out the drivers who posted a qualifying lap. In the 13th spot from there on down is based on, well, really, it's just based on, I guess, I don't know how iRacing determines it, but Daniel Falkenham, Kyler Wynn, Trevor Asronoff, Nash Brambilla, Axel Smith, Christopher McCullough, and Chase Mistretta rounds out the top 20, 21st on down, pretty much top 30, top 25. Matthew Patton, Kim McCullough, Danny Barnes, Cameron Craighead. That'll be 21st through 24th. And 26 cars on deck for tonight, with Mark Vondale and Landon Velicky running out the field. Alright. Well, for me, Malik Ray, no stranger being up front. Nathan Harper, Cody Nichols, Ethan Eckert. A lot of drivers who normally start up front. Normally are contenders, but of course when you come into MMS when you do Daytona and Talladega, it really doesn't matter if you start first or 26th. Everybody's a factor unless they wreck out. We might be getting a controlled start here. Kyler Wynn and Trace Mistretta on pit road. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. They might let them go here. They're rolling. The field rockets their way down the back straightaway. Cody Nichols out front getting a push from Ethan Eckert. Now Malik Ray going to get a push from Nathan Harper as Nichols will drop down to the bottom entering turn 3. Eckert looking to the outside of the 6 right now. Cody Nichols still leaning as they're working their way off of the turn 4, banking for the first time tonight. Get a look from high above with the drone cam and at the line. Well, not quite at the line yet. Daytona Talladega different from where the start-finish line's at. At the line this time, giving to Eckert. Run on board with the 12. We'll get a push from the 37 down the back straightaway. Benjamin White outside lane already cooking early. See right now Malik Ray pushing Cody Nichols. At some point these drivers will drop to the back and start saving fuel. Some will. Right now, Nichols continues to lead down the back straightaway. You see Joshua McCullough and Matthew Pan working at outside lanes, much like they did in HGR earlier tonight. Side by side for the lead. Pretty much 2x2 all the way to just about 10 rows deep, but now add the 3 wide equation with McCullough, Patton, and now Axel Smith jumping up behind him. It's already going to get intense early. Landon Veliky did not start the event, so Veliky already out before it gets started. Evan Eagles will lead his second lap of the race already. 57 to go down the back straightaway. You see the outside lane still trying to form up. Not a lot of cars really to do much, or trucks, ever how you want to call them. Right the line, give it to McCullough, barely, no. Tony Eagles denied it. We just talked about how the outside lane not have a lot of cars. You see what 2 extra trucks or cars will do for that outside lane. Now they're already up contending for the lead down the back straightaway 3x3 for 5 rows deep, almost 6. And no surprise, no surprise McCullough leading them. Also no surprise that whenever the outside lane loses trucks, it'll fall right back to the back of the field. That is going to bail out, get right behind Corey right as for Mike Davenport. He will jump right up in front of McCullough, and he's going to give this third lane a try. As Nathan Harper now goes for the lead. Cody Neal slides back to third, second truck on the outside lane, right behind the one of Malik Ray down the back straightaway. Ray's going to be able to get the push and down to the bottom of the track to cover Nathan Harper. Right, the line, Malik Ray leads. Be his second lap, led tonight out of 6. With 54 to go. Harper battles right back to the inside with Brian Henry, Richard Elliott working himself up into the top 5. Right now, biggest mover of the race so far from the start. You'll see this a lot. Matthew Patton, as a matter of fact. Right now, Patton's stuck in the middle. So it'll be about somewhere around the 11th, 12th spot. You're right on board with the 7. You see a massive checkup. Everybody would make it through that one. McCullough's going to jump up to the outside lane. Going to try it one more time. McCullough's about like how Casey Sprinkle is. Does not like riding and pushing for very long. Rather lead the lane versus ride as Cody Nichols. Nichols and Eckert jumped up to that third lane. They quickly able to cover the run. Nichols from the top floor to the basement down in front of Harper. Eckert now to the middle lane. I think that was pretty much just stall out that run that the top side would get. Back to 3 cars already. Down back straightaway, Nichols leads Eckert back to the outside with Ray. Back to the middle lane of McCullough. Still tries to pull that third lane. Well, I think right now nobody wants to run that third lane because I think everybody right now it's a fuel saving game at this point. Trying to save fuel. Right now. Of course, right now, top 5 as they run. Ethan Eckert, Cody Nichols, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, and Benjamin White. Well, of course, it changes every other second. One driver who we ain't heard a lot out of yet, but rest assured, we'll hear something out of him if I know him in the short time I have known him. You're riding on board with the Jack Shack number 89 of Trevor Azranoff. Azranoff in new paint this race, and really a great looking truck. Right now, Azranoff rides back in the mid to teens. 16th as a matter of fact. Another one who we ain't heard a lot of out of so far tonight, but always a factor when it comes to these races, whether you don't see him early on. That would be the 88 Daniel Buckingham, 88-39. Right now, fucking right with that. As a matter of fact, you get a look at the 89 truck, Danny Barnes right to his inside. Benjamin White covers Cody Nichols, just about gets turned. His lap 11's in the book. 49 to go. Right now, you see now the 3 wide action kind of dissipated for the moment. Now we're working to part the race. Well, now it's time to save a little bit of fuel. Of course, we're unaware how far they can go at the moment. Right now, Ethan Eckert still working the outside lane. Really in the middle lane for the moment, but right now it's the outside lane and Benjamin White leads. Cody Nichols left 4 laps so far tonight, the most out of any driver so far. You see Ethan will duck in behind Nathan Harper in 4th. Right now, the McCulloughs of Joshua and Kenneth working the outside lane with Corey Wright, and Axel Smith was involved in it. He decided to bail out. Down back straightaway, and how about the McCulloughs able to get right up to 2nd, almost to the lead. Well, track position right now is everything. Green flag pit stops. You can position yourself high in front of the field. You might have a chance to get on and off pit road easier and out faster. As here comes the field early. Oh, contact with Nichols. And McCullough are coming in. Hold on to her. Nathan Harper in the grass. Danny Barnes is spun in the back. Sean Corbin in the grass. That is about the top 20. Oh, that's everybody. Benjamin White, black flag. Sean Corbin, black flag. Cameron Craig had black flag. This has already gone south for several drivers. Mike Davenport already off of pit road early. I never thought I'd see everybody come in all at once. Mike Davenport, I believe he drove through his pit box. All right, let's see if he pits again. 46 to go, and they went 14 laps. Joshua McCullough, black flag. He did not have it. He did not have an entry, so he had to have had it either going through pit road or leaving the box. Mike Davenport slower and slower on pit road, I believe. 55's out of gas. So not what you wanted to see, and right now McCullough will stay out. Davenport ended up towing back to the pits anyway. But right now, Ethan Eckert, your leader, Cody Nichols, Nathan Harper, Malik Ray, and for the moment, Joshua McCullough, your top 5. Back to the field. Brian Henning 6th, Ward 7th. Trevor Avenant, Axel Smith, and I believe that will be Kenneth McCullough in the top 10. One driver looking to the outside. Here comes McCullough as Joshua McCullough will come in to serve his black flag. And here comes Kenneth McCullough and Christopher McCullough. Of course, all 3 McCulloughs in action tonight. Right now you see Eckert will jump up in front of the McCulloughs. John Ward, Trevor Adenauer will join them on the outside lane. Eckert jumped up long enough to start that run, get the push, and get right back in front of Cody Nichols. Ward all the way up to the top of the racetrack. Not sure if that's by design or how it's working out. But right now you're looking at 2 distinct packs at the moment. All the way back to Jared Hayes. This will be the top 15. On back, you got people scattered. Corey Wright, Danny Barnes, and Sean Corbett. 16th, 17th, and 18th. Martin Mondale's back there. 10 seconds off the pace. McCullough just now getting back up to speed as he exits turn 4. 26 seconds behind the leaders. Then you got Craighead, Strutta, Benjamin White. That's 21st through 23rd. Kyler Wynn. 1 lap down right now, along with Mike Davenport. Right now, top 15 drivers in contention still. 43 to go. They were able to go 14 laps on a stint this time. Don't know if that was by design or if that was really as long as they'll be able to go tonight. But everybody came in. Right now, Ward and McCullough still working that outside lane. Pretty much the only 2 that will at the moment. We're also coming up on a group of lappers. Well, what will soon be a group of lappers, and I believe it'll be Craig Evans, Strutta, Bennett, and White. I believe Kyler Wren will also be a part of that 4. Well, if Kyler goes down another lap, then that's game over tonight, unless he gets incredibly lucky. As they work their way down the back straightaway yet again. 41 laps to go. right now. Right now it'll be Niegels, McCullough, Ward, Eckert, and Harper the top 5. Christopher McCullough, Malik Ray, Bryant Henning, Trevor Astronaut, Axel Smith the top 10. Richard Elliott, Nash Brambilla, Matthew Patton, Daniel Fulkingham, and Jared Haynes will round out this pack. That'll be the top 15. Well, let's ride along and really listen. I know one person listens to see how hard the fuel saving is going on right now, right on board with John Ward. I don't think fuel saving is really a factor at the moment. I think right now they know that they could probably go 14 laps. So really, I think right now they're thinking, well, let's try to push it all out, see what we can get. We'll worry about it later. Now you hear Ward really kind of playing with the gas a little bit. You can tell by the data that he really is pretty much full throttle at the moment. Right now the driver that's burned the most fuel right now, Cody Niegels, leading this race, but Cody has now led 10 laps tonight of the 23 that's been ran with 37 to go. Biggest mover of the race so far since the green flag pit stops and the start of the race. Kevin McCullough running in second, up 20 spots where he started. Christopher McCullough up 13 and 6 from where he started tonight. Tied for third most between Matthew Patton and Axel Smith, up 8 right now. Smith runs 10th. Patton runs 13th. Honorable mentions third Trevor Astronaut in there, up 7 right now, running in 9th. Well, this will be the point of the race where we just sit back and watch for a moment. Nobody's really pushing no issue, pushing no effort. I think the strategy for a lot of this section of the race, put as many drivers as you can a lap down or more. So if a caution comes out, then we ain't got to worry about. 23 cars on the lead lap. Worry about 19 or 15 or whatever the number may be. Right now you're right on board with your leader, Cody Niegels. About the best view you can have right now. Single file behind you. Nobody's really trying to make a move on you, trying to challenge you for the lead. Of course, started outside pole to Malik Ray. Right now, Malik Ray actually runs in 7th. Right now we're going to see really if that was a strategy call or if that really is how far they can go. Be 13 laps on this stint. We look at the Raging Gear Racing Network pit report. There you see it, 12 laps so far. Everybody went 14 the last time, so it's be a telltale sign. right now. We'll go on back through the rest of the field for pit stops to happen. Corey Wright went into the pits, black flag for the 4. Well, a decent night. What started off ended up losing the draft to the main pack, so a kind of a tough break has now gone from tough to worse as the 4 will have to serve this penalty in the pits. Well, he pitted with 13 lap stint, so now we're going to sit here and see will they come in again. Here they come. Possibly all 15 this time as the rest of the field come in as well. Well, Christopher McCollum, Malik Ray, Trevor Admanoff, Ness, Brambilla, Matthew Patton, and Daniel Falkingham all stay out. Top 6. Of course, we'll pull up the track map so you can see the driver in green right now. That will be Christopher McCullough, your leader. Everybody faded out on the bottom of the track map. Well, now coming back to are all drivers who pitted. So you see McCullough entering turn 3. Everybody else coming out. Well, this is classic for drivers like Daniel Falkingham, Trevor Asronoff, several others not pinning with the big pack. A little sketchy the first go around. As Asronoff gets into the back of McCullough. Unsure if that's going to be a black flag. It is not. So far, so good for these drivers as you watch now. Golden Eagles will be the leader yet again. Nathan Harper, McCullough, Ward, Axel Smith. Well, not quite the leader yet. You're watching the track map at the bottom to see where would a 6 come out compared to the others. Well, they're going to go ahead and swallow them up. They're just now getting out of the pits. They'll probably be in the middle of turn 1 and 2 by the time. You can see right there, putting one car 1 lap down. We're going to go by Matthew Patton. Right now you look and see that the plan might have worked. McCullough maintains the lead. Christopher McCullough that beat Falkingham, Malik Ray, Trevor Asmanoff, Cody Niegels. The top 5. Here goes Niegels to the outside lane. So 2 wide action now. McCullough's going to jump up, win on Ward as well. Nope, Ward's going to stay to the bottom. Right now, Niegels will fight on the outside lane with Harper. McCullough, Ward bails out to join the bottom lane. Cody Niegels led 14 laps so far tonight. Half down, half to go. Right now, unlike the second stint of this race, everybody's 2 by 2 for the moment. Well, they know probably if they just did 14 laps again, then they can either go an extra 5 laps and they're playing it safe, or that's really about as far as they can get before they have to pit. So right now, I think they know the limit to where they can go. They know that, hey, it's okay to run It's okay to race it a little bit for a moment. Eventually, though, gonna have to come in and pit again. 28 to go. They can do 14 laps. That's at least another two or three pit stops. 14, 28. Yep, 2. What has been a caution-free race so far, knock on wood. Right now, this is just where everybody's taking time. You look at his front field and notice how it went from now 15 drivers on the lead lap to now, well, not on the lead lap, but in this lead pack, but to now 12. Richard Elliott, the last of the drivers in this pack, still competing for the lead, to win the main pack, as I like to call it. Down through the field, Matthew Patton and Mark Vondale have hooked up right now, just trying to draft and have a drafting partner. Nash Bramdella and Jared Haynes right now drafting together as well. You'll find Danny Barnes and Sean Corbett 22 seconds off the pace. Right now 16th to 17th. Well, this is really no man's land. That's really what this is. See Chase Mastrella, Cameron Craighead, Joshua McCullough, and Tyler Wynn. With 26 to go, what I mean by no man's land is pretty much you're out of the lead draft, you got nowhere to, you can't do anything, you're pretty much just stuck hoping, praying for a caution and hope that you're not the caution. So this is where you want to be. Well, with 26 to go, still at least another 2 pit stops in the making. Not be surprised some drivers try to short pit it. Right now, Chris McCullough jumps up in front of Nichols. Falkenham still leading the bottom with Malik Ray, Asronoth, Ward, and Axel Smith the top 5 on the bottom lane. Top lane, top 5, Christopher McCullough, Cody Nichols, Nathan Harper, Ken McCullough, and Brian Hennings was the top 5 there. Now Chris McCullough dropped back down to the bottom to cover. Falkingham yet again with 25 to go, be 24 when they get to the start-finish line. Folks, with that being said, we're going to take a quick pause here on the commentary real quick. Three wide for the lead. Was for the lead. Nathan Harper will jump all the way up to the 3rd lane. That'll open the door for Kenneth McCullough to be latched on to Christopher McCullough with 23 to go, and we are back here with Talladega. Right now, Fogelham continues to lead. Daniel up 13 spots where he started this race. Christopher McCullough up 16. Ken McCullough 17. Asronoff 12. Goes back to what I mentioned earlier. You will see drivers up here that was in the back earlier to start this race, and they will be a factor before you know it. Because right now you're right on board with Falkingham. Pretty much top 5 other than Malik Ray. all starting in the back of this field. 22 to go. We'll look back at the strategy link yet again, only because right now strategy appears to be the top thing right now. 14 for everybody, and now 14 to 15, give or take. Some drivers top 4, as a matter of fact, all waited an extra lap before coming in. That one extra lap could be the difference. Corey Wright's going to try to get one of his laps back. Got it for the moment. Whether they'll let him keep it remains to be seen. He'll drop down in front of them. Some drivers almost a wreck. Axel Smith saves it. That was a hell of a save at the top of the screen. Now this is a strategy game. This is a strategy call. Nichols, Eckert, Harper, Hennings, all in this time. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Of course, the key is to do it flawlessly. Right now, you see Falkenham still your leader, greened outline. Well, now we're going to see, does the rest of the field follow suit with 21 to go? Can they make it that far? I've been questioning the whole race. Can they really only go 14 laps? They're back on the racetrack now. Right now it's going to appear that Falkenham and them will run this longer. They're coming up right now on the number again to come in. 13 laps ran, so they'll either be in this time or be in this lap after this. Some other driver will come in. Matter of fact, them drivers were already. Corey Wright in the grass again. It has not been a good night from pit road for Corey Wright. And black flag. Man. Joshua McCullough is in. Mastrutta, Craighead, Vondale. These were drivers just worked clinging on to the lead lap. One lap down. Here comes Falkenham and others in. Well, this will be Christopher McCullough, Ken McCullough. A little bit of contact between the two McCulloughs. John Ward, Richard Elliott, Axel Smith. Well, Elite Ray, Trevor Asronoff stay out. So here comes Asronoff and Malik Ray in. right now, fucking him and others down the back straightaway. Oh, what a big pack. Big pack, yes, but when you look at the bottom, Estrada, McCullough, Craighead, man, all of them 1 lap down for the most part, so it's going to be mixed in with lead lap guys and mainly guys 1 lap down. As Ray and Astronaut are just now leaving the pits. Joshua McGowan's going to try to put Estrada back to get his lap back. There's Ray and Astronaut. Right now, Cody Nichols back to the lead. Eckert, Harper, Hennings, and Falcon in the top 5. McCullough, Ward, Smith, Elliott, and Kevin McCullough will actually round out the top 10. Big stack up, not sure what. Good God. Close call, been caution free all night. 3/4 of the way through this race. 15 to go, and now the intensity will pick up. Caution is out. Chase Mastrutta upside down. Mastrutta and others, and I had to open my big mouth, didn't I? Mastrutta involved, Joshua McCullough's involved. Oh my. Massive damage. Alright. Sean Corbin as well involved in this. Let's see what happened. Really, let's just back it up all the way to why they got out of shape. Oh, okay. So Craig had about turned Miller and Nichols. Close call there. Then from there, Eckert. Right there, just get kind of bottleneck. Oh, okay. Well, Sean Corbin just an innocent bystander in all this. Let's rewind it a minute. Right there, Falkenham gets off center with Mastrutta. And from there, Mastrutta's going to come right back down into Falkenham. McCullough's going to get involved in this, and Sean Corbin, an innocent bystander, and Ethan Eckert, lucky he didn't get more than what he got. And there you see Mastrutta go up and over. And a massive shot for Joshua McCullough into the inside wall. Corbin's going to suffer the same fate. Bam. Right on board with Chase Mastrutta. Right there, just I'm sure he saw the run coming and bam, up and over. And into the inside wall hard. Next on board, Joshua McCullough. You can't imagine he's too happy about it. So he had a hell of a save off the 2. There's an innocent bystander. Bang. Bang. Last but definitely not least, Sean Corbin. Who had been a rough night for Corbin, was a factor early in the race, but kind of got shuffled out. And he's slowing down, letting them by, and just nothing he can do. Alright, now Malik Ray, Trevor Asronoff leads, Fulkenham, Cody Eagles, and Christopher McCullough runs out top 5. Harper, Smith, Ward, Hennings, and Elliott the top 10. Joshua McCullough, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I gotcha.
Well, just a victim of circumstances, I reckon.
You there?
Yeah, I got you. You got me?
Yeah, I think we broke up there.
Well, pretty much asked you, just a victim of circumstances, or or really, what was your take on what happened to cause the first caution of the night?
On that first pit stop, I was trying to get out. It's really slick on these tires, and I guess I hit the line and it gave me a black flag, so I had to do a drive-through, and that pretty much screwed me from the get-go. And now I'm battling everybody to try to get my laps back, so I ain't feeling too confident. Maybe I'll have some luck.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you for the remainder of the night. I'll drop you back down. Appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
Of course, for Joshua McCullough, it has been a rough night. For the driver to 14, finished third in HGR. That will be about the only takeaway he can take out of tonight. As a rewrite the field, Malik Ray, Trevor Asronoff, first and second. Cody Eagles, Daniel Fulkenham, third and fourth. Nathan Harper, Christopher McCullough, fifth and sixth. John Ward, Axel Smith, seventh and eighth. Richard Elliott and Brian Hennings rounds out the top 10. 9th and 10th on down. Haynes, 11th Jared Haynes, 12th Matthew Padden, 13th Kenneth McCullough, 14th, 15th, and 16th. Nash Brambilla, Ethan Eckert, Mark Vondale, Cameron Craighead, and 17th Danny Barnes will be the first car one lap down. Corbett and Benjamin White, the first of the drivers, one lap down. On down through the field. 21st, Chase Mastrutta. 22nd, Joshua McCullough, Kyler Wynn. 23rd, Mike Davenport, 2 laps down. In the 24th position, Landon and Corey Wright will round out the field tonight, 26th. Other than Landon Velicky, who has not turned a lap tonight, whether it's race control or something else, remains to be seen. Alright, will be 11 to go. Well, even though we've seen very short fuel runs of 14 laps, 10 laps to go when they take the line. Fuel very well could still be a concern if we get a green, white, and checker. 11 to go, as a matter of fact, we're rolling. Great start by both lanes. Astronaut taking tough on the outside lane. Malik Ray on the bottom with Fulkenham, Christopher McCullough, Axel Smith, Brian Hennings. Top 5 on the bottom lane, the outside lane. Astronaut, Eagles, Harper, Ward, and Kenneth McCullough. That's top 5 for the outside lane. And evenly down the back straightaway. I really won't see the big run on the outside lane that you're accustomed to seeing until probably out of turn 4 on every restart. Green, wide, further back. Right in the line, 10 laps to go. Pole sitter Malik Ray will lead that lap, and it will be, as a matter of fact, the 8th lap that Ray has led tonight so far. Right now you see this front back here trying to scoot away back to Jared Haynes in the outside lane. The other Lane trying to go 3 wide. That's really the battle back there. 18th on back. That's for the free pass. See Danny Barnes right now still in the free pass spot. 9 laps to go. Mike Davenport right now, you know, he is 2 laps down. Fastest lap of the race, 48.810. Back in the 24th spot. 3 wide. John Ward jumps out the middle lane. He'll have Haynes and Elliott and McCullough all with him. It's really going to affect that middle lane for the moment. And folks, do not count out the big one yet, because eventually pushing is going to become shoving. At the line, give it to John Ward barely. Here comes Elliott on the outside with Haynes and the McCulloughs. Well, right now, you're running about as close to what you do on the freeway. This is at over 180 mile an hour down the back straightaway. Packed tighter together than what they were at the start of the race. 7 to go. Next time by. Intensity is going to start picking up. It has it already. Ward down to the bottom of Malik Ray. John Ward has only led 1 lap all night today. That was earlier in the race. Right now, Ward has played it smart. 4 wide. Jaron Hayes shuffled out of line. Well, right now, you see him on the outside lane. Everybody's starting to get dicey. Hang on, Tour boys. 7 to go. Right now, Ward playing defensive. He knows Astronaut had that run coming off the 2. He's taking long-term goal. Caution! Mark Vondell. It's against the wall in turn number 2. Slides it down to the apron in style, and we are under caution for the 2nd time tonight. Man. Well, let's see what's happened to Mark Vondell. Had a great run in HGR earlier tonight. It will come undone tonight. Right now, running the 3rd lane, Haynes with a run, and Vondell just drifts on down the track. A little bit of net cut involved, but really nothing out of the ordinary. He's going bam, hard into the outside wall. Well, I don't know if that gives you a chance to catch your breath or just make your heart rate go up higher. You cannot get a word here. Trevor Asvernoff not available for an interview at the moment. Darn. Well, let's see if we can't talk to our old buddy John Ward. John Ward, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth for the 3rd time tonight. Do you got a copy?
I got you, Garrett.
Well, buddy, I just love talking, I reckon, but but I mean, it was kind of an aggressive move to get the lead, but it pans out for you right back in a similar spot to where you were about an hour and a half ago with HGR. Can you take anything you learned from that race now and correlate over into this one?
I'm gonna try to take that and whatever else I learned to try to stay ahead of these guys. This is a lot tougher race. Richard did a good job on the 3rd lane, pushing me clear. We jumped up at the right time, and good job there. I'm gonna try to do what I can up here. It's gonna be real hard. These guys behind me got a couple of pro drivers and some of the best of the best. So I'm gonna try to get the win and say we're locked in, but I'm just gonna try to get up here and have some fun.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. I'll drop you back down.
Yes, sir. I got plenty of fuel, by the way. So.
Well, I expected as much. Who are you with exactly?
Who am I working with?
Yeah.
I'm with Richard Elliott and Sean Corbett.
All right, buddy. I'll drop you back down in the end. Best of luck to you.
You got it.
Can I get another driver up in here real quick before we got another lap? Can you get old Daniel up in here? Daniel Falkenham, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Hello, how we doing?
Doing pretty good. I know a little earlier than usual, ain't I?
Yeah, hopefully this doesn't mean there's like a commentator's jinx or anything like that, but
Oh, no.
yeah, how we doing? How we doing this evening?
We're doing pretty good. Tired as all get out, but nonetheless, Colin, has been a great kind of calm race so far tonight. What's the plan? Pretty much, you've been sent back here and forth, been at the front since halfway. Really, is there a plan to get the 88 to victory lane tonight, or is it just take what you can get?
Oh, we're gonna go for the win one way or another. Just it's gonna be interesting if we go into overtimes because Malik and Trevor stayed out on like the previous caution before this one, and they're trying to make it on fuel. I think they should be good now with this caution, but if we get into overtime, they might be in trouble. So it'll be interesting to see like if we keep wrecking or if we go green to the end about how these guys are managing their fuel while trying to stay up front. So yeah, we'll hopefully be in a spot to make a move, but I don't think we're really going to be able to do much unless like the third lane can get going or something. But yeah, we're going to try our hardest like we always do because one way or another we seem to make it happen sometimes. So we'll see what we can do, and hopefully, more importantly, we just try to finish this thing in one piece.
Buddy, hopefully we'll be able to talk to you at the end of this thing, probably back in the winner's circle again. Best of luck to you tonight.
All right, I appreciate it, Jim.
Yes, sir. Got time for one more. Crashford McCullough, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
I got you, brother.
Well, it's been a very quiet night for the 94 tonight, but has been up at the front for the majority of the race tonight. Only has led those 6 laps. What is the plan to lead 7 and it be on the last lap?
Yeah, the main thing is just going to be just to have an opportunity here. I'm just going to push like hell and hopefully be able to get a chance to make a move at the end. But, you know, at the end of these races, especially these trucks, you just got to push. You can't break your momentum. So that's my thing. Just try to keep pushing. Don't break my momentum and see what the good Lord lays out in front of me.
Well, buddy, I know tonight is different teams, but nonetheless, you do got MMS drivers around you tonight. Do you feel like that'll come into play as far as teammate-wise, or do you feel like it'll be every man for himself?
Yeah, when it comes down to the end of these races, you know, I might be a little different than some, but I'm by myself, you know. Now, if I have Kenny on my rear end or whatever, you know, maybe different, but I got to think for myself here and just focus on not breaking my momentum and not doing something to leave myself in a bad situation. Because good Lord knows I can screw it up myself.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you now. Drop you back down there with Danny Barnes. Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Have
sir.
fun.
Yes, sir. Want to re-rack it real fast. John Ward, Malik Ray and Trevor Astronaut trying to stretch it on fuel. Astronaut third, Falkenham fourth, Niggles in fifth. That'll be the top 5. Not in overtime. It'll be 3 laps to go when they take the green flag. John Ward trying to return to victory lane in MMS. We're rolling. Malik Ray did not get off to a good start. However, the momentum will be building. You see Ward on instinct, knowing that, hey, maybe this outside lane will come to life down the back straightaway. Instinctively jumps up to the middle lane. Right now, Axel Smith drops back down behind the 74. Now back up behind Christopher McCullough. Caution is out. Sean Corbett. Joshua McCullough, Chase Mastretta around, back straightaway. Joshua McCullough tonight just keeps getting worse, and it will be meatball flag. 1 fast repair, done and gone. It'll be over for the 14. Jason Estrada has not had an easy night either. Pretty much just doing donuts for the hell of it. What has happened? Well, this will be the overtime that we were expecting. Estrada just got to the back of Corbett, sent him on around, and bam. On from there. Estrada's ain't gonna make too much contact with the wall. Right on board with Joshua McCullough through this. Well, this is actually going to go way back here. I think McCullough just tried to get out of the way and almost had it cleared. Right there, you see the contact. It just falls right into McCullough's lap and bang. From Chase Mastrada's on board. See how this plays out. Right there, kind of maybe a little bit of a checkup on Corbett's part. Nonetheless, the end result. Estrada into the back of the 45 and around they go. Well, not what you want to see, obviously. We're under caution for the third time tonight, and it will set up in overtime. You see way back there when it starts, and it just carries it up the road. Corbett with a massive hit, McCullough massive hit, Estrada massive hit as well. Jasmine Estrada already out of the race. And Trevor Asrenoff is your leader. See, I know somebody's had a very quiet night as well. And he's with Brian Hennings. Nathan Harper, Gary Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, like several other ones I've talked to already tonight, been a very quiet night for the driver number 7. Led a lap early, and then from there just been riding. Green, white, checkered attempt. What has the 7 got?
You know, I have no idea. These two in front of us, Trevor and John, they're tight on fuel. We are thinking they're only good for 1 green white. So, if honestly another caution would be nice. I mean, I wouldn't mind it because then that would send them back. But
just so long as you're not involved in it.
Yeah, or the one that starts it. I probably just jinxed myself, but oh well, it's already said. Yeah, I mean, at this point in the race, I think I'm good. I mean, trucks, hard to make ground, so if we can finish in the money, then I'll take it. Shoot, win would be nice, but I like my chances here. And the last time you interviewed me in this situation, I said I like my chances, I think I can get it done, and I didn't. So I probably double jinxed myself, so there you go.
Well, I'll be damned, son.
Yeah, maybe we'll change the script here.
Yeah, we'll learn for next time, but... All right.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Alright, well, with that being said, maybe he didn't jinx himself too bad. Maybe not, but top 10. Trevor Asbernoth, Cody Neagles, first and second. Ward Harper, third and fourth. Malik Ray, Daniel Falkenham, fifth and sixth. Christopher McCullough and Stephen Hennings. Not Stephen Hennings, thinking of the wrong guy. Brian Hennings. 7th and 8th. Nash Brambilla and Axel Smith rounds out the top 10. Or for some drivers, not been night they wanted. Joshua McCullough, one of them. Well, right now McCullough's still meatball damaged, but staying down onto the racetrack until it tells him otherwise. You see Astronaut and Ray, they're really, of course, they're the ones stretching the field. We'll look at the Raging Idiot pit report. Oh, yeah. 16 and 16 for Astronaut and Elite Ray. Whew. The field is tight, but a win is on the line. The first attempt, green-white checkered. Of 3 attempts. We're rolling. When the Eagles did not get going on the outside lane about what Astronaut wants to see. Oh, Hopper and them make contact. They save it for the moment. But yeah, but the great thing for them, they saved it and they're going to have a huge run. But here comes that third lane on the outside. Really, then quickly as it came and dissipated. They can make it through 3 and off of 4 and through the Trove, what they will have. It'll be a race 4 wide, back in the pack. Oh, Astronaut gets turned! Ward into the wall and over! Barnes, McCullough, Hayes is involved. Then this is the big one. Early. Danny Barnes around, John Ward. Nash Brambilla gets a piece of that. Man, oh man, that is not what anybody wanted to see. Neagles and Harper and Ray, Falkenham, they will all get through. Christopher McCullough, McKnight, done. Mark Vondale, big damage. John Ward limping into the pits. God almighty. Alright. How does this unfold? Ward's going to look to the outside. Aeronaut takes a swipe. And really, we'll rewind it, of course, before. I ain't going to give my opinion on that in a moment. I want to rewind it and look at it. I believe Aeronaut may have came down. Pause it. We'll look at it here first. This is going to be hard to really tell, but Ward fakes to the outside. Aeronaut comes down in. Well, I really don't see Aeronaut come down a lot, but from there, really what we need to do, try to go on board with John Ward. Or not, regardless of the end result, the race is done. For Astronaut, for Ward, for a lot of front runners. Fakes high, fakes to the bottom. Really, just my perspective as Ward up and over, and by God Almighty himself. What a ride. Well, from that angle, from both angles, looks like they just ran out of room. I cannot say for a fact that Astronaut came down, regardless of the fact. This will end the night for several front runners. Right on board with Mark Vondale. And it happens at the front of the field, you know it's going to be big, and from there, oh, it's the backup pad, and McCullough's going to save it. Oh, no, he's not. Yes, he is. Oh, and Vondell gets slammed. Jesus almighty. From last on board before we go back green here. Go on board with Danny Barnes. Where Danny Barnes ran the high side last night was not the result for a fast truck at North Wilkesboro. Tonight will play out the same. Fast cautious. Right on board with Danny. Just immediately up and almost had it through and by bam. It almost goes up himself. Fortunate for these drivers, they do have a fast repair. The unfortunate part is the majority of involved in this wreck will be mired outside the top 15. Well, Nathan Harper got his wish. Trevor Asmernoth, black flag. John Ward back out onto the racetrack, but one lap down in the 19th spot. Well, this will open up a whole new realm of players, really. 31 drivers who's to set outside in the top 10 the majority of the night will get a word with him. Being there with the strutter again. Axel Smith, Garrett Jings up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, here.
Well, it's been as I said once, and I'll say it again, like the majority of the drivers that I've interviewed tonight, been a very quiet night for the 97 inside the top 10 the majority of the night. Does this green-white checker kind of cool down the intensity, or does it only ramp it up more?
Especially since I gained some positions there, it definitely ramps it up more. I'm good on fuel till, actually I'm good on fuel even if there's a third green route checker. So, that's out of the field. I'm fine on fuel, but still I gotta get this done, get a win for my team. We haven't gotten one yet, so this will be very crucial, for the playoff standings.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you tonight. Hopefully we'll talk to you at the end of this thing, and hopefully in victory lane.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, now to re-rack it. Really re-rack the top 10. Cody Eagles, Malik Ray, Nathan Harper, Daniel Folkingham, Axel Smith, top 5. Brian Hennings, Ken McCullough, Cameron Craighead, Ethan Eckert, Jared Haynes, top 10. On down to the drivers that's on the lead lap. Elliott, Patton, Brambilla, Christopher McCullough, Danny Barnes, Trevor Asmernoth, Tyler Wynn. 17 drivers still in position. Attempt number 2 of 3. Cody and Malik Ray have been the two drivers who've really dominated this race, but Eagles has been on a tear. Has led 21. 64 laps so far. We're rolling attempt number 2. Down back straightaway, Corbett's going to stay to the apron. Malik Ray to the outside with Falkenham and with Hennings now. See Harper pushing. Eagles goes for everything he has. Malik Ray down to the bottom. Here comes Falkenham on the outside. He's going to get a big run. 3 wide. And about another 500 feet, it'll be the white flag. And they'll see it. Malik Ray leads them. White flag. 1 to go for Talladega. Malik Ray will lead them off of 2 for the final time. Get a look at a drone cam right now. Cameron Gray and Trav Mason having that third lane with Ethan Eckert now. Side by side, down the back straightaway, entering turn 3 for the final time. Right now, Malik Ray will lead them off of 4. Down the front straightaway for the final time. Niggles to the outside. And he's going to run out of time. Well, I say that. Nope. Malik Ray back to victory lane in MMS, and they're wrecking behind them. God almighty, they're still wrecking. Holy cow. Axel Smith Knights ends just starting to him. It was going would have been a very crucial win. Drivers just destroying the trucks now for the heck of it. Malik Ray to victory lane yet again. Not surprised. Cody and Eagles will lead probably the 4th or 5th time since I've been covering broadcasts. Probably more than that. Cody and Eagles will lead the most laps, only to finish 2nd. Led 22 tonight. Malik Ray led 11, the next highest driver. To Cody. Malik Ray will park it. And we'll go and see if we can't get him up here. Malik Ray, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Hey man, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Long time no talk. Man, you ever get tired of winning?
Nah, man, it's always a good feeling for sure.
Well, just take me through the night. And look, honestly, be honest with me. Could y'all really go 14 laps on a tank of gas, or was it pretty much just strategy game from there on out?
Yeah, I mean, it was just strategy from there on out, man. We could only do 14 or 15 laps.
Well, we'll say this. We'll look at it one more time. And a matter of fact, you went further than anybody else at 23 laps. Just take me through the green-white checkers. I say you dodged a bullet there when Astronaut got turned off of Ward's bumper. Just take me through that, and then take me through a setup. Just lean to the final green-white checkered here.
Everybody got a good start. I just tried to make sure that I was even with Cody, and I was able to accomplish that. And then Dan pushed me clear down the back straightaway, and then from there on out, I was just trying to keep Cody. I was just trying to keep him, behind me as long as I could. And then once he went up top, I knew I couldn't block him for like a whole, like a whole entire 2 laps.
Yeah.
So, like once he made his one move up top, then I came back down, and then the rest from there, it was just the bottom lane. So I got to give credit to everybody on the bottom, because that's why I won that race. So,
Well, buddy,
and Trevor too as well.
Yeah, because there was rumors you two were working, hoping that it wouldn't be any more green-white checkers past that. But it was a hell of a performance tonight. Led 11 laps, only second to the man that ran second to you, which, of course, hearts out go out to Cody Niggles tonight. Led a lot of laps tonight. But Malik, I want to tell you, is this just at some point, does it just boil down to luck, or is there still skill involved in trying to get these wins?
Yeah, there's definitely a skill involved. I mean, you kind of just have to know how the races go. I saw the drivers that were in the race, and once we got just one yellow, I mean, like I knew that they were going to keep wrecking, and everybody just kept wrecking,
All it
and
takes one.
that's really it. Yeah, because I've learned from Coke, if you get one yellow, I mean, you're going to get at least 3 or 4 after that. So.
Well, buddy, last question for you tonight. Is there anybody want to thank, friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
I appreciate Tent Solutions and Roger Shelton. and you guys for broadcasting and the whole bottom lane there on the last start. I appreciate all of them. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Malik Ray, your winner tonight for MMS. Congratulations again, buddy.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yep. That being said, there's a habit that I'm sure nobody wants to start. Leads the most laps, but will finish second. Cody Nichols, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth. Do you got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, really, is there anything that you can do in situations like this where it's pretty much 50-50 chance one lane's going to work, one lane's not, one move can really dictate how the race ends? Is there really anything to really prepare for something like this on a green-white checkered?
Honestly, no. I mean, everyone in this field, these cars are so simple. It's of like everything we run, this is the simplest. You no lift push, and you hope that they're pushing 3 and 4 deep in line, and you just hope that your line is the one that rolls. It's all it is. If the bottom lane rolls instead of the top, on the restart, I win. If the top lane rolls, Malik wins, because there's really nothing you can do outside of going 3, but the problem is the temps are so fresh that the third just isn't going to roll, and everyone's just going to fill mid, so you're stuck just kind of playing pusher. But I had a decent look with just a drag race, but there's not the skill gap is so narrow in the trucks compared to some of the other stuff we run. It is what it is.
Well, buddy, I gotta ask. I mean, it was a hell of a performance tonight. 22 laps led, most out of anybody tonight. Obviously, just take me through really pit strategy. 14-14, and then some drivers were able to stretch it longer than others. I see you were able to go 21. Really was 14 laps the strategy call. Malik said that y'all could only go 14, but really, of course, drivers stretching it out on fuel, obviously. Was 14 the number, or was it strategy at that point? Really, what went into pit road tonight, and do you feel like it played a huge factor with the less cautions that we had to start off with?
Well, it did in the sense that I think everyone got a feeling that some people might be able to make it in one less stop. And, I kind of started figuring that, and a few of us decided, hey, let's pit early and try to push pace. That way it kind of forces their hand, because I know Malik was trying to make it on one less stop. And I know Trev was too. And it's just, do you let them just sit there and ride in line and be able to make it, or do you just pit early and out of cycle and make everyone have to scramble a little bit and push pace? And it's a risk, but I'd rather do that than just sit in line and let them, burn our fuel essentially and be able to make it to the end.
Well, of course, and I do got to ask you mentioned Trevor Avernoth. What was going through your mind when he got turned off award?
I mean, it was a bad block, but I felt like I benefited pretty well from it because they swept under the track and I was able to get by scot-free. And actually, when it happened, I thought that was my ticket to winning the race. I did not think Malik was going to be able to make it, so hats off to him because he pitted under green and then didn't pit again for the rest of the race.
24
I know
laps.
Yeah, it's insane. It is insane because I was going to be pretty close if we had one more, so I figured the second green-white, I didn't think he could make it, but obviously he was doing a little bit of saving when he could. I'd like to know that number when he crossed the start-finish line, but no, I mean, a lot of these races do come down to strategy calls and just getting track position, because if you lose track position, I promise you're not getting it back. It's just way too hard. When I first started money racing, there was good drivers in it, but there was a noticeable skill gap, and we do this stuff every day. Well, as a result, now you see, most of the field is very good. And you also, you can see everyone, and because it used to be you couldn't see them qualify. Well, now you can see everyone, their qualifying line and everything. So, it's all public information at this point. And if you don't know something, just look at in a replay file, save a replay file, watch it a couple times, run a couple laps, and you pretty much can do exactly what they did. Where before, there was guesswork, you had to practice. So the skill gap is as narrow as it's ever been.
Well, buddy, last question for you tonight. Is there anybody want to thank, friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Well, I appreciate you. Got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. Got to thank Kenny for putting on the race. Shout out to Brock for letting me hop in and sub for him tonight. And him and Kenny, I guess, got locked in the playoffs. So happy I could accomplish that for them. And I feel like I haven't been able to say this in a minute, but I want to give a shout out to Nightmare Esports. We're resurrecting it from the dead, the money racing graveyard, and we'll see if we can rack up some wins.
All right, buddy. Congratulations tonight on a P2 finish. Cody Nichols walks out of Talladega second.
Thank you.
Well, that being said, kind of jinxed himself, kind of didn't. Nathan Harper, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast, big guy, copy.
Fortunately, I am.
Well, for a second there, when you and Hennies came together, I was thinking, here we go. But came through out of it. Really, what was going through your mind, really, when Ward and Astronaut came together? What was going through your mind? Because you barely made it through.
I probably messed up my pants there a little bit, and I floored it and turned towards the wall, and I don't think I got contact, but it was close. It was in netcode range, and I got very fortunate there. So, yeah, that was scary.
Well, buddy, matter of fact, we're going to go back and look at the replay here while I interview you. But, of course, it was a wild night. Well, not really even wild. It was more of a calm night, to say the least. And really, do you feel like that played a lot into the finish tonight? On occasion, we'll see the occasional 9, 10 cautions. But tonight went a different way. Why do you feel like that was? Cody kind of refers to the experience gap now being narrowed up. But what's your take on why we saw, in all honesty, what was a fairly calm MMS race tonight?
Well, I mean, sometimes we decide that, hey, let's go racing, no caution fest, and the night was that night. I feel like racing-wise, though, it wasn't really chaotic, but strategy-wise, it was, because you had a couple that were fuel troubles, and somehow Malik Ray made it. I don't know how he saved the difference, but props to him, I guess. But we were sitting there discussing, okay, well, if another green-white happens, then they're definitely going to be done for. So, like, strategy-wise, it was chaotic, but racing-wise, the only, I think there was a wreck in the pits, and I avoided that one too. So I caught a lot of breaks tonight. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I wish we could get more pit stops in, because, like you mentioned, Cody saying that really separates the skill gap. We lost a lot of people on those stops.
Well, really, were you surprised the first pit stop? The whole field. In one stop, the whole field. I was surprised, because normally you'll see your prime example, Cody, Malik, Falkenham's an example. Some drivers try to go that extra lap. Really, what was the reasoning for it? Do you think everybody coming down all at one time? Because we did see where it did set some drivers back. McCullough, one of them. Coy Wright, several other ones. What was the reason, do you feel like, behind everybody coming in all at once instead of a few staying out, half the field staying out, stretching this over 2 or 3 laps?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not really a strategy guy. I was listening to Cody. But I mean, if I'm by myself and I see the big names in front of me, then of course I'm going to come in with them. If I think I'm on the same strategy. So if you see a big group, I mean, I'm that guy. If I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so okay, I'm gonna pit with these guys. So I guess that's
like
what everyone was thinking. Yeah. And hope you don't plow into somebody or vice versa.
No, I just lose the damn draft every time I come out the pits. But,
yeah. It happens.
Well, buddy, last question for you tonight. Is there anybody want to thank your friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Yeah, shout out to my teammate for the series, Brian Hennings. Unfortunately, he did not cash tonight, but we did a pretty good job. We've had some bad luck in this series, I think. I think we both have a pretty bad losing record cashing. If Cody didn't finished ahead of me, we would have locked in, but he subbed for Kenny's team, I think for Brock, so we couldn't get ourselves locked in. But yeah, shout out to Brian, of course. Shout out to Cody, Ethan, Ben. We worked with them. You for broadcasting and for MMS putting this on for us.
All right, buddy. Nathan Harper uses just about all 9 lines, but will walk out of Talladega finishing 3rd. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
With that being said, final results are now in. After 60 laps, Malik Ray is your winner over Cody Nichols, Nathan Harper, Daniel Fulkingham, and Axel Smith round out the top 5. Ethan Eckert, Kenneth McCullough, Brian Hennings, Christopher McCullough, and Richard Elliott rounds out the top 10. Trevor Asronoff, the great run for the 89 up until it went awry. He will have to come home in 11th. Jared Haynes, Danny Barnes, Matthew Patton, Nash Brambilla, Cameron Craighead, Kyler Wynn. Really, for the 82, never had a chance to really show what he had tonight. He'll have to come home 17th. The last car on the lead lap, Benjamin White, the first car 1 lap down, will walk out of here 18th and on down through the field. John Ward, another great run going for Ward. And it'll end a lot like Malik Ray, or not Malik Ray, but Trevor Asronoff and others. Mike Davenport, 20th, Mark Vondale, Joshua McCullough, Sean Corbett, Chase Mastrutta, and Corey Wright will round out the field in 25th, and Landon Velicky did not turn a lap tonight. Alright. Well then, appreciate everybody for watching tonight. It was a hell of a race for MMS. An awesome race from start to finish. Had some cautions, but other than that, what can you say? Great racing. Everybody really put on a masterful class. Tomorrow night, HGR more than likely on tap. MMS up in the air Friday night. Probably HGR and MMS. Saturday night, Inspired Racing League new series, the Thunder Series, will kick off their season, the inaugural season of this series, and Midnight Racing League, Saturday night at midnight. And then Sunday, HGR and MMS on deck. You're not going to want to miss the rest of the week. And until tomorrow, my name is Garrett Jenkins. This has been the Raging Idiot Racing Network, bringing you Little Dog MMS, Little Dog, Big Dog. Congratulations to Malik Ray again for going to the winner's circle. And I will see everybody tomorrow night. Everybody, take it easy.